The wind whispered secrets through the skeletal branches of Black Hollow, a village clinging to the edge of a forgotten world. Every decade, the silence was broken by the chilling absence of children, only to be punctuated years later by their return. Pale, empty-eyed shells of their former selves, Eleanor arrived, a shadow of grief clinging to her like a shroud. Her son, Thomas, was among the missing, snatched away 10 years prior, leaving behind a void that echoed the hollow silence of the village itself. She sought answers in the hushed whispers and furtive glances of the villagers, their faces etched with a chilling mixture of fear and resignation. Old man Fitzwilliam, his eyes like clouded stones, finally broke the silence, his voice a rasping confession. He spoke of the Hollow One, a malevolent entity that demanded a sacrifice, a child. Every decade, the entity would return the child, but only as an empty vessel, a puppet devoid of life or emotion. Days bled into weeks as Eleanor unearthed the horrifying truth, a hidden grove, a crumbling altar, and the chilling remnants of a ritual that stole childhoods and left behind only emptiness. She found faded drawings, childish scribbles depicting a monstrous figure, its eyes burning with an unholy light, and symbols that spoke of a pact, forged in desperation and sealed in blood. Then, Thomas returned. He was a ghost, his eyes vacant, his movements mechanical. He didn't recognize her, didn't respond to her voice. He was a vessel, a hollow shell controlled by the entity that had stolen his soul. Fitzwilliam's words echoed in her mind. The Hollow One had chosen Eleanor as its next vessel. Despair threatened to consume her, but the fierce love for her son ignited a fire within her. She knew what she had to do, even if it meant making the ultimate sacrifice. Under the cover of a starless night, Eleanor set fire to the village, the flames consuming the ancient grove and the altar where the ritual had been performed. She knew she was destroying the entity's connection to the human world, severing the ties that bound it to Black Hollow. But the inferno would also claim her life. She watched the flames dance, a pyre consuming not only the village, but the entity itself. As the flames roared, the Hollow children watched from the shadows, their empty eyes glowing with an unnatural light. A single whisper, barely audible above the crackling fire, slithered through the night. The Hollow One waits. If you enjoyed this tale, subscribe to WovenMyths for more stories that haunt and inspire. What would you do to save someone you love, even if it meant facing your darkest fears? Let us know in the